Hey, what's up folks? Thanks for dropping by. I know I've had this new boat that I got this spring for a while now, but I actually didn't want to do a walkthrough video until I was very familiar with the boat and kind of knew the ins and the outs, the things I liked, the things I didn't like, and give you a fair review of pretty much this battleship, the Vexus DVX20, powered by the Mercury 300 Racing. No, I don't do any racing. Actually, I drive like a grandpa, to be totally honest. But you know, about 35 miles an hour is good enough for me. But this thing will do about 62 or so, give or take the wave conditions. But yeah, just wanted to do a walkthrough here and just give you an idea of what this boat is like from the inside out. And then after we go through it, I'll show you it on the trailer too and show you a couple things outside the boat as well. So I guess we'll start right here, which is where I am right now. That would be the console area. As you can see, this is a dual windshield boat, which I have not owned one of those before. It's taken a little getting used to, but definitely as far as windshields go, this is about the sexiest version that you can buy. Just like that. It's a good looking unit, like so. Bada boom, bada bing. And what's really nice about these, some other boat manufacturers have kind of a weak windshield system. This thing is super heavy duty. I know I'm not very heavy, I'm getting heavier, but at any rate, it is built like a tank. I mean, you could literally, you know, you wouldn't want to do it, but if you were to have the misfortune of spearing a wave, I think these would probably hold up better than some of the other ones out there. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, dual console. As far as the helm area here, we'll take a look. Some of the awesome features that they have, of course, is the adjustable seats. You can turn right, you can turn left, you can go forward, you can go backward. You've got some tilt steering action. You've got a fish down, 2 fish, probably carp, down about 10 feet under the boat. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have a push button start, which is, you can program it to whatever sequence you want. 1, 2, 3, 4 is what it comes with. I actually have a different sequence, so nobody can steal my boat at any rate. So that's kind of nice, kind of handy. This particular doohickey here, this is the jack plate, and it's basically they call it the turn signal style jack plate. I can't remember what's up, what's down. I need to be driving to know. I think that's down and that's up. So, and then we have the same for your trim on the opposite side, which is really handy. So you don't have to do it on your throttle. You can just, you know, wing away here. It's kind of like paddle shifting on a Corvette or something. It's kind of cool like that. Let's see here. What else do we got? Of course, we got a gauge here for the jack plate. Hard to see, but it's back in there, and you can trust me on that. Then, of course, we have the standard gauges here, the Mercury SmartCraft gauges, and then the Vexus gauge, and you can go through all your motor options. And what's really cool about these newer boats, you can actually figure out what your gallons per hour are. In me driving like a grandpa, I often get about 8.5 to 9 gallons per hour is about the fuel I burn, and that's like 38 miles an hour or so, or maybe that's about 10 gallons per hour is 38, 40 miles an hour. At any rate, it's cool. You can really calculate it. I guess let me go back too. I wanted to stress about the jack plate. You know, a lot of people ask, why do you have a jack plate? Well, what you can do is with this electronic actuator like that, it'll actually hydraulically lift your motor up and down. And what's nice about that, you can actually dial in the correct height you have your motor per wave conditions and actually optimize your fuel economy. I've seen where I'm running along, you know, whatever speed I'm running, and if I lift that jack plate up and trim out a little bit more, I'm actually able to get like 3 gallon. I'm gonna burn 3 less gallons per hour. So that's I mean, that's very significant, especially if you're doing long runs, what have you. But I wanted to kind of hit back on that because I kind of missed that. The jack plate is pretty sweet. You'll see here, we can pan back, you can watch the motor go up just like that. And we'll show you the max point. There you go. And then of course your motor trim, so on and so forth. But I just wanted to kind of go over that. That's probably one of the more common questions I get is about the jack plate and why. Well, it's fuel economy and it allows you to get the optimum ride per chop conditions, whatever you're faced with on each day. See anything else I'm missing here? I don't know. It's got your standard, you know, it's got digital throttle, which is very weird. It's very sensitive. I'm having a hard time getting used to it. I kind of like the old school cable driven, but you know, I'm getting there. Got a little shelf area here. We got the throw cushion. You got nice padding there so you can brace yourself when you're cracking through 3-4 footers. Let's see what else we got here. We've got, you know, drink holder. You can charge your phones, of course. Little tool area here. Let's see. This side just put in actually, just shove that in between the boat and the interior here. It's just TH Marine, I believe, makes it for just a lure hanger, just to get your baits out from a pile on your carpeting or whatever. But we'll go through just like so. What is so amazing about this boat and the storage in it is how deep the storage is. I mean, look how far down my arm goes into that thing. I know it's kind of a mess, a disaster, but these storage compartments like sit higher, they're taller, deeper than basically most of the boats out there, and they are, you know, they are watertight. I have not had any water get into any of these compartments like this. They have a compression system latch, which they got the big rail just like so, and then of course the neoprene or whatever seal that they put in there. And these are all stainless hinges, so you don't have to worry about getting rust on any of that. And you can adjust how tight that is too. If you had one that maybe was getting a little water in, you can tighten that up and it'll cinch it down even tighter, which is pretty cool. So you got some storage there. Of course, this is where I like to keep my snacks. These have been here a while, but we've got some peanut butter biscuits here. We're kind of getting low. There's like 2 left. But and these are all insulated coolers as well. And they keep ice literally for days. So pretty awesome about that. So I keep my dry snacks on this side, and the other corner I keep the ice and your, you know, cold stuff like that. As far as rod holders and whatnot, I just had the rail system. You could of course buy them or order your boat with the track system as well. I just had these old school aluminum rod holders that I've had forever. I'll just continue to use those, so I'll have them probably for the rest of my life. So I just went with the rail. That's what I am used to. Of course, the, you know, nice stainless components. That's what's sweet about this. Everything, all the hardware is stainless. The latches, all this stuff, boom. I mean, it's just the way it should be. Stainless. You got rod holders here. You can actually put them in, which is really, really nice for saltwater fishing. Live bait fishing, you can just plop that thing right in there. Definitely got a generous live well. And basically, the only thing I use this for is in the ocean, using it for the saltwater fishing, for the live bait, and then maybe some sucker fishing this fall too, we'll see. You notice I did go for a couple of talons on the back. Those are 10-foot talons, and basically I got those for using at boat launches to keep your boat from, you know, slapping into the dock, pulling up to shore, anchoring it. It's really nice. You'd be surprised how handy that thing is, sitting at the boat launch and keeping your boat from spinning all around and the waves and whatnot. But the other reason I got those two is for the saltwater, shallow water fishing that I do. Typically I'm down in the Florida Keys the month of April, and those things are really nice to just, boom, you could just spot lock right down, talon down, and sit there and pound on fish. So that's, yeah, I don't know, I can't imagine. I never thought I'd spend $3,000 on anchors. That's just insane. At any rate, you got to pay to play, I guess. Let's take a look. We also got some more storage here. You can put your Plano type boxes in there. That works pretty slick. Room for another small one in there. You got your live well business there. One thing they did, I don't have a screwdriver to show you this, but if you just pop these screws a little turn, you can access your pumps in case you're ever to have, you know, your pumps freeze up or get some weeds or whatever caught in it. That's kind of nice. More storage there. Got a clip here for your ruler. If you're a walleye guy or you're meat hunting, you gotta measure up your catch. That'll slide in there. I just don't have it in here because I don't really need a 25-inch ruler. I need a 60-inch ruler. So, of course, we've got tool holders here, which is kind of nice. Another rod holder. One thing kind of interesting about the transom of their boats here, basically, you know, a lot of the other boats have kind of a literal splash well there that looks basically like a toilet bowl. And it's got a hole in it, and you got to wait for the water to go down through it. Any water comes into the back of this, it falls right off of it immediately. That's definitely a unique feature of the Vexus boats, having that that incline like that. Of course, this is the cooler here. Got pops in there. No ice. Those have been there for a while. In this back area, you can walk and step on that too. That's nice and strong. You don't have to worry about that. It's got the no slip. What do you call it? Sea decking type deal. And then this is definitely the best place, you know, if you have to relieve yourself. This has got a nice deck. You got a good handles here. You know, if it's going to happen, you're gonna have to do that. So this is a good place to do it. What else do we got here? So another cool thing that they've done here is made a serious battery compartment. Check that thing out. You got 4 giant deep cycles strapped away, tucked away. You got your charger in there too, and you just pick up the charger on the outside of the boat actually, and it plugs right in there. That is super slick. They've got, of course, the I forget what they call them, the breakers, you know, and that'll cut your power completely. Or there's a master power switch on the back of the boat too, where you can cut all the power as well. So that is, I mean, that is just slick to be able to get your batteries in and out. You don't have to stand on your head to wedge them in and fit them into smaller compartments. They definitely were thinking there. And of course, it's got the sea deck type flooring in there. That's pretty awesome. A little more storage here, just like the other side. Got a big deep well like that, which is dry. Another thing Vexus does, which is pretty nice, they have these stainless steel striker plates here. So if you accidentally have your latch like so, you're not going to beat your glass up like that. It's going to hit that stainless steel piece that's right there. So that's pretty slick, because definitely it happens where you close it and your latch is facing the wrong way. Some more rod holder mounts on the rail. Got my live scope here. Helix 12. Got a Helix 12 at the dash I didn't talk about. That's good enough. I usually fish out of the back of the boat, so that's pretty handy right there. That works good. Like so. And then got my live scope holder right here, but obviously that's designed for a rod holder as well, so you can put your rod tips into the tubes there, and then the handles can either rest on this rear deck, or they have little wing wangs here. You can put the rod butts in there as well, and you got some drink holders, tool holders. this, that, the other thing. We got a stereo, which is kind of cool. We got, look at this, we got room for at least a 4-pack of Twinkies right in here. So that's pretty slick. And then you got room here for your, I don't know, what are you gonna put? We're gonna put camera batteries there. That's what we're gonna put there. Okay, and of course we have a glove box, which is really nice. I've never had one of these before in a boat, so this is kind of weird. Got tons of room up in here, and you got another shelf. It's nice that it's broken up, so you can just say, okay, my keys are on top, all the rest of the crap's on bottom. So then you know where your keys are. That's kind of nice. You got your oh crap handle here. And what else we got? Oh, the seats. The seats are pretty cool. And check this out. They are equipped, and this is an option, I believe. What do they call it? I can't even remember. Airwave pedestals. So literally, there's basically, I think it's like the old school. I don't know. I was gonna say like the old bus driver type seat, where you've got the motion, or you got the travel in it, so it doesn't beat your back up or whatever. But there's actually a little what do you call it, like a air pressure, I can't think of what they call it, but where you would fill the air on your tire on a bicycle right in here. The boat actually comes with a little tiny hand pump, and you pump it up to a certain pound per square inch for whatever weight person is riding in that seat. And it'll optimize the ride and bounce. It'll just be a lot smoother ride. So that was kind of butchered that talking about it, but you get what I mean. It's really a nice feature. It definitely smooths the ride out with just the little air pressure. Is pretty cool. Slick deal. Then of course the seats, they're kind of neat. They're actually like a flat finish or a matte finish, as opposed to the old school shiny ones. I think maybe you don't stick, your legs don't stick to this as much, and I don't know. I definitely like them. They're super high quality, of course. Another thing I like, how they put the foam on the side, the inside like this, because if you put your rods in there, then they're not beating against the fiberglass. That's kind of nice, kind of cool. We'll head up towards the front. What's nice here, we have got a step to get up. That's definitely nice. A lot safer going to and from. And I'll speak from experience, because I remember coming down the front deck of my last, or a couple boats ago, I guess it was, and actually slipped, and I hit my ribs on the side here, and actually busted, or broke or bruised a couple of ribs, and that was pretty painful. So the step is very nice. We will get our musky net out of the way here. Take a look at the rod locker. This thing's got a ton of room. Whoop, I'm hitting my trim here. These are 9 or 9.5 foot musky rods, which telescope down to, let's see, 7'11". I believe the top row of rod tubes is 8.5 foot. It's not 9. That's kind of a bummer on that. I wish it was a 9 foot. Maybe they could do something upcoming models with that. It'd be nice to have a 9 foot, but now we use telescoping musky rods all the time, so it really is not really a deal. So that works pretty good. And the other thing, what's nice about this giant rod locker is that, look, you can stack 3,700 planos along either side of it, under all the rods and everything. I mean, there is a ton of room front to back in there. So, pretty cool, pretty nice. It's got ventilation in there, so, it'll kind of breathe through there. And the striker plate, of course, that's pretty nice. Okay, let's see, what else we got here? Ginormous storage. Look at this. Check this out. See you later. Yeah, that's a lot of storage. That is very nice. and that is dry storage. I've never had a single drop of water in here at all, so that is pretty awesome. And it goes all the way up. I don't know how far. Let's see. I can't even reach the end, so it must go up about yay far. So that's pretty cool. Pretty nice. And then of course, got rod buckles here so you can strap your rods down like that. Another thing I've noticed too about this rig, like all the doors, like when you lift them and walk on them and feel them, they seem like they're a lot thicker lids than any of the previous fiberglass boats I had. I know that was an issue I had a couple of boats ago where these would actually break down and get soft, and you know, the lids would actually flex, and actually had some of the lids replaced. So man, they are so thick, I just don't even think that's ever going to happen. I don't know that, but I definitely feel that they are thicker. There's no question. Bump seat, that's nice, especially out on the ocean. I mean, that's really the time I used it the most, when it was the roughest like that. Got a 2-holder up front. You can put a giant graph, I think up to a 12-inch graph in here, but I don't fish out of the front much, so that works fine. It's got the bow lights are built into it, your navigation lights. That's kind of nice. You don't have to fiddle with putting in your little stick that always breaks and all that business, so that's cool. I've got the Tarova, or no, yeah, this one's the Tarova. I had an Altera on here, but that thing is in the shop right now, as usual. But enough of that. Yeah, this is a 112 pound. It's a 60-inch shaft. I could have got the 72-inch shaft, I think it is, and it probably wouldn't have hurt anything. But because it will blow out once in a great while on really big, like out on the ocean, I had it blow out a handful of times only though. But so you may want to go with a 72 if you got into this boat here. Got the saltwater one because the white, it just matches and looks good. But of course taking this boat to the ocean as well, so that works good for that. What's neat about the Vexus boats is underneath their fiberglass here, they've actually got aluminum plate sandwiched together in between the glass surface and underneath. So anything that you mount down to the fiberglass, it's, you know, any bolts or screws that, or nuts is what I'm trying to say, that come up against that, you've got that aluminum to come up against, and that's definitely a lot more reliable than just a fiberglass. So that sandwich deal seems to be probably a lot more structurally sound in the long run. Of course, I got a removable plate here, and the wires are through a bus connector under the deck. I think that's so important, especially I do fishing out on the ocean. You don't want a big plug here that's going to get salt water or just water in general to corrode up. It's a good idea to always have that connection underneath, out of the way, so it's not getting wet. Got a little room here for, you could put a graph up here. We mount our cameras up there. You've got, and these are all nice aluminum. Everything is metal. That should be metal, which is pretty cool. We got our trim, motor trim here, nav lights, on off, cup holder, blah blah. Another storage door over here. Got the buckles, just like that, life jackets and all that business. And this comes all the way up to here, which is pretty cool. I think this thing is stinky. I had some bait in here, so it's a little, it's a little ripe. I have to clean that out when we're done with it for the fall. Oh, it's got the rod tubes here. You can actually slide your rod tips in here when you buckle your rods down. Or, we use such long rods, the musky rods, whatever. I just let them lay right on the edge here and just buckle them down, and I've never had a problem with that. It doesn't seem to beat them up at all, surprisingly. So, I don't know. What else? that's pretty much it for the interior. I don't know. Can you think of anything, Noah?
One thing, only one thing, and that would be, you know, when you're in a traditional deep V boat, so, you know, kind of a big fiberglass, walleye, muskie, multi-species boat, generally speaking, the gunnels, especially up on the front deck, are very, very tall. On this boat, it's really low. It's almost like a bass boat, so it really gives you a lot more elevation, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, it's like you're fishing out of a bass boat, like he said, but what was I going to say? So, but what that does too is increases your amount of storage under your deck, that's why they did it, is to create a deeper storage and obviously fishability too. And what's really nice about the bow of this boat, look how wide this thing is, where you could fish 2 guys easily on the bow of this boat. I mean, it is crazy wide. That's definitely one of the highlights of this boat. The front deck is having that huge width go all the way to the front, where a lot of boats just come up to a point or a nose. So that's pretty slick. So let's talk about the performance of this boat and why I ended up choosing myself the Vexus brand. Well, really a lot of it came down to resale. And there's no doubt the Vexus lineup and the craftsmanship and the quality that those guys put out. When you go to sell that boat, you're going to be able to sell it for, you're going to get your money back out of it as long as you take care of the thing, which, I'm kind of anal. I like to keep the thing clean, keep it nice, don't beat on it, don't smash the waves, drive like a grandpa, protect your investment. And those guys have definitely proven, the craftsmanship alone goes so far into these boats, and they hold their value. So that's the reason I went for this boat. The color of the boat is just incredible. It's a metallic white. I think they call it frost something or other. Just a beautiful rig for sure. I was going to mention the performance. Like this spring when I had the thing out, I had very little gas in it one evening. I was coming back to the launch on a pretty big lake. It was a pretty rough wind, headwind. We were coming into it, probably 2 to 3 foot chop, and like I said, I was low on gas, so the boat was as light as it would be operating weight. And what I did is I brought my jack plate up and brought the trim up and got right into the waves. And I've had a lot of different boats that were fast or whatever, but the unique thing, even with, I wanted to emphasize, no load of fuel in the boat, that this boat just hugged the water, even trimmed out. There's no chine walk to this boat. You're not getting this, even on a flat, calm day today, running the thing around. That's usually when you get that chine walk, is when it's calm like this, when you're blasting wide open. And this boat does not do that at all. At any speed, it is just locked to the water. I don't know, the way they just designed that pad to fit in the water, it cuts the water, and it's such a different ride than any boat I've ever been in. So that's pretty cool. And of course, with a full load of fuel, this has got a 50-gallon gas tank. This thing is, it will smash the waves. So very cool about that. The motor, like I said, I actually had ordered this boat with the Pro XS, not the racing engine. And turned out the week that they were building my boat, they were out of Pro XSs, so I ended up going with the racing one. That's all they had in stock, so that's the reason I had to pay that many more dollars for this motor that I don't even use fast. So, but it looks pretty sweet. I did have this custom wrapped. The white, got rid of the red, and I don't know, the black and white just looks amazing for sure on this white rig. So the motor is definitely, it's so smooth, it's so quiet. It gets way better fuel economy than any boat I've had in the past. And this is my first 4-stroke, so I was a little leery. I was used to the 2-stroke power and throttle response, and this thing, obviously, it's a banger. So should we take her for a rip? Let's go. All right, well, we'll take her for a rip here, and I just want to take this quick second to thank Mr. Noah Humfeld of Madison Angling. YouTube channel and guide service for helping me do this video. I appreciate it, dude. And make sure you go down. We'll leave a link below, and you could do a little subscription to his YouTube channel as well. Definitely puts out some very good educational content. So there's a plug for Noah's channel. Let's hear this beast roar. Bye, Noah's boat. Bye.
Bye. Love you.
All right, you ready? Let's give her a rip. Let's see, trim her down. I like the jack plate up actually almost about halfway for takeoff. Here we go. Let her rip, Tater Chip. That's the fastest you'll ever see me drive this boat. So last but not least, I wanted to give a huge shout out to these guys at Angler's Edge in Loves Park, Illinois. This is the dealer that I bought this rig from, and I am definitely in debt to these guys for treating me like family. It's a father and son operation. Highly recommend checking those guys out down there. Loves Park, Illinois, just a hop, skip, and a jump from where I am in Madison here. Also wanted to show you just a couple other of the features on the trailer itself. Let's see here, I need my sunglasses. It's really bright out here. So, of course, we got boat buckles, that all kind of business. This is pretty cool here. Check this out. That's how you get in the thing when it's on the trailer, or if you find yourself in the lake. I've seen it happen before. Oh yeah, remember that? Yeah, that wasn't me. Somebody else fell in the lake. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Tucks away all nice stainless like that. Got the deal here where you can close your drain plug. This is your drain plug open. This is your drain plug closed. Normally there's a nice little plug right here, but I actually had a charger go down, and the charger replacement they sent had too short a cord, so I had to put an extension cord in here for now. Get that fixed here shortly. The other neat thing these guys at Vexus has done, you got a master power that turns everything off right there, and then if it should have you, if you have drained your batteries down all the way to where the engine won't start, you just turn it one time here and it'll actually jump off of your trolling motor batteries. So that's a pretty slick safety feature. I used to keep a pair of jumper cables in the boat, so now all I got to do is just turn that switch right there and that'll jump the power. So that's pretty neat. Just like so. What else we got? 17-inch wheels, which this thing goes down the highway flipping amazing. I mean, I pulled this thing 1,700 miles down to the Florida Keys, and it's perfect. It's just smooth, calm, collect right down the highway, even up the flipping mountains. What else we got here? Oh yeah, wanted to show you this too. You know, and you've seen these the last number of years, but this actually comes with, or I think it's an option. Don't quote me on that. So this is in the stowed position. This is in the usable position, which of course I can get into my boat really easy if I'm just like sitting here at the launch getting ready, or if you're in your garage, it works pretty slick for that too when you just want to get into the thing. But just make sure that you swing it when you start driving, so you don't hit your tail light if you do a sharp angled turn. One other thing this thing has before we finish up here, it's actually on the other side of the trailer. So this boat has or trailer I should say, has an actual parking brake. So if you unhook your rig, like in your garage or you got it in your driveway, push that down and that'll lock your brakes, and then your trailer's not going to move at all. You don't want this thing rolling down, definitely rolling down my driveway into the busy highway right there. So that's pretty slick like that. Well, there you have it, peeps. That is the basic walkthrough my DVX20 by Vexus Boats, powered by the Mercury 300 Racing. This is definitely a top-of-the-line Cadillac rig, without a doubt. Wave smasher, fish catching machine. Very, very happy with this rig. If you're interested in checking one of these out, I highly recommend the Angler's Edge down in Loves Park, Illinois. Obviously, we'll leave a link to the description. Ooh, it's getting loud here. We'll leave a link in the description of all the manufacturers, stuff that we dealt with here. Yeah, they really distracted me. So let's just end this. Thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you watching. We'll catch you guys on the next video.